my video. This is my plant winter tutorial, so let's dive right into it. First, this is a raven. Baby, hold on. I'm tired. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm tired. I just walked back to my car. Anyways, this is a philodendron Brazil, and it is very easy to grow. This is the propagated version. I just put it in soil and watered it, and so hopefully it survived, child. And I'm gonna show the water propagation of the philodendron Brazil. I really love this plant. This plant is so beautiful. I've been looking for this plant forever. I bought this from Walmart for like $19.99. Like, that's a good price. I think it's part of the Exotic Angel collection. This is the water propagated. This is the neon pothos, Skittles. I had the little names of them. This is really easy to grow as well. I put this in low light and it grows really well in low light. Again, yeah, and I water this when the soil is completely dry. So yeah, I love this plant. It's so beautiful. I named it Skittles after my mom's like second car that was lime green. It looked just like my mom's second car. Oh my gosh. This is Nambia. She is a golden pothos. This was dying. I revived it because I had it in this. Don't keep this in this placement because I'm just using this placement to showcase how long it is. But don't put it in that placement. Put it in a area that is high lit. That was Allegra, and I love that plant. I put a seashell in her. She's beautiful. I love her. She's thriving since we love to see it. Like, I love this plant. This is Belly. Same thing. I'm really good with pothos. I love pothos. Like, pothos is really like my started my love for plants and botany. It really was my starter plant, and I just thrive with pothos. It just, I don't know, I like how it looks like a jungle. Like, I love that tropical plants, as you will see further down in the video. I painted these pots. I painted that pot. I'm gonna tell you, I painted that one. I'm an artist. Yep, I'm a painter, so I be painting like my pots. I always try to make their little homes look like unique and cozy to them. So I painted those. I think you can tell which one like painted. Like, I used acrylic. So all these are like pothos. See, I told you I'm good. I'll put all the pothos in one. That's cheddar pothos, and that is another heart. That's heartleaf philodendron. That's cheddar again a couple days later, because the first clip was, she was looking rough, girl. She was looking rough. This is propagated neon pothos and propagated marble and golden pothos. So my grandma gave me the honey jars. Yeah, I was like, I'm using this propagated. This is like the mother of plants, as they would say. Like, these are propagated, and I'm gonna show how these two looked in a next clip and pictures. But anyways, I painted this pot. That's Sage and Zoe. In the first one, her name was Luna. In the first clip, in this clip is Sage and Zoe. So yeah, I painted that pot. Look at me flexing. Like, anyways, it's a lot of benefits to this. I'm gonna like put a link of, I'm just gonna write a list of the benefits. I'm gonna slow it down, and it's so many benefits to this plant. It's just like, it's good for respiratory issues. It's good for eczema, psoriasis, like colds, fevers, anything, literally anything. Like, you can put it, boil them, wash them off, and put them in tea. And This is Purple Passion. My Aunt Tammy got me into these, and I love these. I love these so much. I love these beautiful, deep purple plants. These are beautiful, and they're easy. Like, I just put them in an area that's kind of medium to highlight. That's the one my Aunt Tammy gave me. She gave me two, and they were so tiny. And I was like, how am I gonna grow these things? I've never grew something like this before in my life, and I just been experimenting, and boom, like. I feel like plants can definitely be forgiving if you know how to propagate and save them. The green part of this plant is tomato plant. You can propagate tomato plant in water, and you can also propagate purple passion into water if you like these type of plants. And they're long and velvety, and they get really big. I'm gonna post some pictures of how big they get, and hopefully in the summer I'm gonna do an updated plant tutorial to show like the results of me caring for these plants. Is I don't know how to say the name, so I'm gonna post it up here. Yeah, this is that. I'm not even gonna try to say that name. Like, I was editing and I looked up that name and I was like, I did this pot as well. Like, I just took a Sharpie marker and I was just like, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of faces. I was having a rough day. And this plant, like, I really love, like, plants can help me with my bad day. I don't know, taking care of them and seeing them do well, like, they just make me happy. Like, taking care of them really improve my mood in general. Like, it's like therapy to me. And my mom passed this year, January 14th, 2023. And while I'm grieving, like, I really just been loving taking care of these. Like, I don't know, it just make me happy, like, seeing them grow, like, me taking care of them growing. I'm like, okay, sis, then I'll take was a Flaming Katie. My Aunt Tammy gave me this one as well. She gave my mom this one. So a lot of these plants I'm reviving from, like, okay, mama, I love you, but some of the plants, it was struggling. She would, like, bring plants over there and be like, can you fix this plant? It was just too leggy. That's all it was. But it was like, I was like, okay, it was just too leggy. So anytime, like, plants are too leggy, that's when I cut them down and, like, propagate them again. And it just got bushier, because at first I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's kind of like natural hair, like when you do a big chop and then your hair grows thicker. It's kind of like plants. It's kind of like plants, like, it's like they just grow thicker. So that's the result of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's doing so good. And I put this in highlight. I put this in, like, the window that has the most, like, bright sunlight. And I just try to keep checking the water. Like, yeah, I just high indirect light. But actually this one thrives in direct light because it's, like, succulent. This is a Snow White purple waffle plant. And this one, like, I was in Lowe's and it was just looking really beautiful. Where I get it? No, I was in Home Depot. Lowe's have been letting me down. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but the ones that I have been at, I don't know, it was looking kind of rough. So I was at Home Depot and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this nursery is beautiful. And I just started getting plants and I was like, let me start experimenting. Like, let's get plants of different color. Okay, it was a lot of green. I said, okay, let's mix it up, girl. And so, like, this and my Purple Passion plant, I got them together. As you can see, like, they have, like, similar containers. This one, I've been putting it in medium light. I might experiment with putting this in highlight because I know it could get bigger. Like, I know that this plant could be really, really big. And I'm, like, looking at some pictures of it and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I know I can get this plant pretty big. But this is an interesting plant. Like, I'm gonna post, like, the, like, article of the plants and post the article, with it, because I'm still, like, kind of growing stuff for only, like, I don't know, like, I've been growing stuff for a while, but, like, I stopped, and then now I'm getting back into, like, experimenting with different types of plants and see if I can grow them. This is an elephant bush plant, and this is also a pot I painted. It's cute. Her name is Candy. So I'm like, I love this plant. She's forgiving. She's like, I put this in full blasting. This plant started thriving when I put it in like full direct sunlight. Like, I left this on my dad's front porch and I forgot I had it up there. I forgot I had it up there. I really neglected them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had this plant. And then that's when I was like, oh, let me water it. And it was like full blasting sunlight, and it started thriving. When I had it in low light, it was not thriving. Medium light, no. I put it in full blasting sunlight, it started growing. This is Daisy. She's a Chinese money plant, and I love this plant. She's so cute. My friend Shamara gave me that pot and from my birthday previously. So if you're watching this, hey girl, thank you. I still got that pot, and I put all my plant. I put every type of plant in this pot. Anyways, this is a corn plant, and this plant, I'm still trying to experiment with this plant. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know what this plant was. And then I literally got on an app. I forgot what app I got on. I'm gonna pop it up right here. And it said it was a corn plant, and I was like, okay. And I'm kind of still experimenting with this one. This one died and it came back to life. I put it in the window for a little bit, like once it looked like, and then when it looked like it was kind of like getting burnt, you know, at the last leaf, I like moved it to medium light. And in medium light, this one has been thriving, and I've been keeping this one in the bathroom. So majority of these plants I've been keeping in the bathroom like during the winter time, because, you know, just so it's not like the heat drying the plants out so much. Like the bathroom has a lot of humidity, so like a bathroom with a bright window, or if you have plant lights, you can experiment with any of these plants with plant lights, I'm sure. But yeah, this one I brought it back to life. Thank God. It's really pretty. I like this plant. This is a lucky bamboo plant, and this is my mom's plant, but some of this is mine, so I just like put them together. And in my files I put me and my mama's plant because like I remember in the kitchen, like, because I was like, oh ma, you could propagate the top of these, because she was like, they're getting too big. And so these are the propagated ones. Like, all of the stalks died, and so I just cut off. I'm gonna put what I did, like pictures of like what I did, and cut off the stalk, cut off the piece from it. And yeah, it was really, I just sat it in water. And that type of plant, I sat it in purified water. I just not sat it, but I used purified water. I went online because like my lucky bamboo kept dying, and I just refused to fail, bro. Like, I refused to fail. Like, and I'll be like, no, I'm gonna do my research on this again. Like, why did that fail? And it was like, I was using tap water, and so this is a bougie plant. This is a bougie plant. This is a bougie plant. I put a little water on it. It's just whatever is in tap water, it don't do well in for some reason. Like, it turns yellow. It started dying because I think it's too harsh for it. And so I started doing like extensive research, and they were like, I use bottled water on this. And so use cheap. You can just get cheap bottled water if you want to do this. Like, you do some, like, you know, go to dollar store, get that big old gallon of like 99-cent, you know, water, and then pour it in there. This is a Christmas cactus. This plant, it might not look like much now, but this plant, when it started blooming, it's beautiful. Like, I named it Christy the Christmas cactus. But yeah, this plant, I didn't know what, it's an interesting looking plant. It's a very interesting looking plant. I don't remember where I got this plant from. I don't know where I got this plant. I know it was around Christmas. And it started blooming. Like, I think the colder the weather is, it blooms. That's why they call them Christmas cactuses, because they thrive in the wintertime. Really beautiful plant. I know right now it might not look like much, but in the pictures, they're beautiful and they speak for themselves. This is a birds of paradise. I put this in the bathroom, full light. It's a birds of paradise, and look how big it is. This is my hand. This is the plant. Yeah, I'm experimenting with this plant. I brought this plant with me from Texas, and at first it was dying. I had to like revive it, and so now it's some new growth coming, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. So I just water it when it's completely dry. I painted this pot. I painted the picture on the wall as well. So shameless plug. This is my angel wing begonia. I got this from my Aunt Tammy as well. And my plant was doing really good at first until it started getting really leggy. So I had to find a ways to propagate it back and cut it down. So these are the survivors and they're doing really good. They're rooting. So I just put them in like found a bottle and I put them in water and I sat them in full sunlight while it was propagating. And for me, it worked. You know, it started rooting pretty fast, and then I moved it to an area that got indirect but bright light. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. The rootings are doing really good now. This is a dumb cane plant, but I don't like to call my things dumb, so we're gonna call this a sugar cane plant. And I named her Sugar, you know. And this plant, at first I was having troubles with this plant. I didn't know how to like where to sit this plant at, like what type of light. Does it get bright light, indirect light? It does get like, it likes to have, I know online it says like it can be low lit. In some places it's saying it can be low light, but I put it in like a medium to bright area of my room and make sure it's constantly watered. I really think this plant enjoys bright indirect light because it's been working for me. So, and now she's doing good. I just watered her, and she's, one thing about it, like once you water this, it's gonna come right back up most of the time. So I've been like experimenting with this plant. Hopefully by the summertime she is fully grown and big. This is Milo. Like, this is my Monstera delicioso. I had to like cut this and propagate this. This is the propagated version of that, but I propagated both of these from each other. I ended up getting this from Etsy. It's doing better. At first it was dying, but in the winter time I put it in a window that gets extremely bright light and make sure I keep consistently watering the actual plant. This is the propagated version of that, and it's doing pretty good. It's propagating well. This plant is really sturdy. This plant's big, girl. It needs a big pot, you know. Those are the nodules that are starting to grow. This is another propagated monstera. Those are growing. As you can see, like the nodules, the roots is starting to root. Yeah, and so all of them doing pretty good. And these are all my plants together. This is a monstera, baby. I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know what happened. Like, I think I burnt the leaf. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, it was doing so good. I don't know what happened. So I'm trying to go back. I really think I ended up putting it in, I think I had issues with like watering it, like a watering schedule. I didn't water it consistently like I did my other two monsteras. And I think it was getting burnt on the leaves. So I think yeah, it was getting burnt on the leaves and I wasn't watering it consistently. So I'm sorry, but it's getting a lot of new growth, and I'm seeing a lot of little babies coming through. So I'm like, let me just keep doing what I'm doing now, and hopefully this plant will be forgiving, because girl. This is Painter's Palette. And I've been enjoying this plant. My flower, it's like a flaming lily. I was calling it a flaming lily because it kind of reminds me of a peace lily but red, and the flower is sort of different. But my flower fell off. So when you see this, it's a red flower that comes with them. And insert a picture from Google that I found. But that's how it's supposed to look. My flower fell off, but it's still alive. It's still thriving. I put this in an area that gets bright indirect light. So now we're getting into stuff that's for my garden. This is my orange sunset pepper plant, and this one's doing really good. It's beautiful. That's my tomatoes. Um, a lot of the stuff I had that was outside, I ended up bringing a lot of my gardening inside. And so I was just like, especially that one, my pink berry coleus that was sitting outside on my porch. You have to water this one every single day. Every single day. In the wintertime, I don't water it every day because it's cold, so the water is staying in the pot more. But during the summer times, in the summer heat, you have to water them every single day because they are very, like, they dry out very quickly. This is propagated pinkberry. This is propagated pinkberry coleus. You can propagate them in water, and so I've been trying to propagate a lot of them in water to try to save them. And it's very easy to do. It's very simple. And as you can see, some of them are starting to root. I have others that are propagated as well, so I can't wait to see how it turns out. This is my jade plant, big jade. But yeah, this is my jade plant. This is a succulent similar to the the other cactus plant I had, the elephant bush. I forgot that I had this one and I kind of neglected it, but it's been growing. I had it in a window like that got bright direct light, and I would forget to water it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to water it. But I love this plant. I can't wait for it to start getting bigger and flourishing to see how the ending results of it. But yeah, I completely forgot that this plant was in the window, but I was like, oh my gosh. So I water it maybe like every week, every once a week, every 2 weeks, every once a week. And it's been doing pretty okay. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like.